I'm going to try to get through this. Thank you for what you did 3 years ago today. Please tell me your thoughts on this third anniversary.
Man, liberal media is constantly playing defense for the Democratic Party. We all knew January 6th, they was going to come out the woodworks with all the antics, all the propaganda. But here we are with MSDNC. That's right, MSDNC playing defense, pushing propaganda with the Rainbow Mafia mouthpiece that pushes their agenda. Jonathan, what's his name? Caphart. Up here crying 3 years later over some January 6th for another police officer that claims that his story was so heroic, another grift for them to make some more money. What's up with that? What's up with all these cops coming out with books and different things that they selling, riding the wave of this fallacy, the great big lie, the real great big lie of this so-called insurrection? I have never seen an insurrection where no one has any weapons or whatsoever, and people are casually just walking in the Capitol. I've never seen it in my life. But they completely ignore the summer of love in 2020. Black Lives Matter and Antifa going around tearing up stuff. But here we are with Jonathan Caphart, the Rainbow Mob pusher on MSDNC, the news outlet that plays defense for the Democratic Party. You will never hear anything negative about the Democratic Party on this channel. Is up here. I mean, you can't make this shit up. He is up here crying 3 years later over January 6th, man. I can't believe it, man.
De Freitag. More than 100 others were injured, leaving physical and emotional scars. Former D.C. Metropolitan Police Officer Michael Fanone was there that day, there on the west front of the Capitol, battling the mob. He was dragged down the Capitol steps. He was tased by someone in the pro-Trump mob. He suffered a heart attack during the fighting. And in a detail that crystallizes the horror that unfolded on January 6th, Fanone recalls insurrectionists shouting, quote, "Kill him with his own gun." Despite having lived through that harrowing assault and living with the consequences of that trauma, Fanone has not stopped defending our democracy. He has sought to hold those responsible accountable, and he has an urgent message for the...
Let me stop it right there. I just can't bear to go on. We are not in a democracy. We're in a constitutional republic. But you'll notice that it's like a broken record. They keep pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. We are in a constitutional republic.
The American people as the 2024 presidential campaign season gets underway. Fanone told HuffPost, quote, "Ultimately, you, the American voter, will be the last line of defense when it comes to preserving democracy as we know it and ensuring the peaceful transfer of power. And it's that serious." Joining me now in studio is Michael Fanone, former D.C. Metropolitan Police Officer, Courage for America Council member, and author of Hold the Line, The Insurrection and One Cop's Battle for America's Soul. Officer Fanone, I'm going to try to get through this. Thank you for what you did 3 years ago today. Please tell me your thoughts on this third anniversary.
Man, hold on. Oh, and the Academy Award goes to Jonathan Caphart. You can see it in the cop's face, man. You can see he's like, I can't believe this guy's up here crying like this, but boy, is he going to help my book sales go to the roof. I mean, this is the best business plan I've ever seen. He just got on a book and surfed this wave all the way through, people.
We are still in the midst of the same fight that began on January 6th, 2021. And we have a lot at stake in this country. And I think that it deserves every American's attention.
You know, Donald Trump continues to defend the insurrectionists, as he did at a rally in Iowa last night. Listen to this.
Those J6 hostages going to jail for 20 years and 18 years, 12 doctors, lawyers, carpenters, electricians, truck drivers. It's one of the saddest things. It'll go down as one of the saddest things in the history of our country. And they went there to protest a rigged election.
Officer Venone, how damaging is it?
Let me pause it right there. These people will go to no end to push this propaganda. Any logical person knows that that was not an insurrection. That's just propaganda, and they're going to spin it to push their narrative. It was just like the Summer of Love, 99% mostly peaceful protest. There may have been some knuckleheads, but it was a peaceful protest. Even the people that went inside of that Capitol, they were peaceful. They walked around, they had conversations with the police officers. They was taking selfies with the police officers. They was helping picking up trash. We've all seen the videos. We've seen the videos of them opening the door and letting them in. We know that this was a setup. We seen that they normalized criminality in 2020 of the Summer of Love with the Black Lives Matter protests, how they pubbed and glorified viral celebrity criminals, doing what they do as media, lying to the American people, saying that someone died of a knee, causing black folks to go out and wreak havoc on communities. We seen they normalize criminality of people rioting and looting and even taking people's lives. But no one wants to talk about that insurrection. No one wants to talk about the real insurrection. Instead, they want to push the real big lie, that there's somehow this mostly peaceful protest on January 6th was somehow the worst attack on democracy in American history, which we're in a constitutional republic. It wasn't. But they'll keep pushing and spinning it to fit their narrative. Even 3 years later, we'll see fools like this Jonathan cat on MSNBC crying. We'll see police like this guy on here grifting, selling his book to line his pockets, saying that his story was whole heroic. Just like the other police officer, that's racist as hell. I'm running for Congress now. They're all grifting, they're all making money, they're all pushing and spinning this narrative that plays defense for the Democratic Party. We know what's going on. We know they normalize criminality. I truly believe because they normalized criminality for so long in 2020 that when people came January 6th to do what a real peaceful protest is, they normalized it so much people were they were so enraged and upset about the violence that they were allowing going on, and then seeing people were getting released. No charges, nothing, no bails, just released back on to the streets, along with Kamala Harris, along with a lot of other Democratic talking heads, saying that we need to release those peaceful protesters when we clearly knew that they were throwing ice water bottles, using weapons and explosives, firecrackers, whatever, you name it, on law enforcement. And no one got in any trouble. That wasn't an insurrection. The media, liberal media, doesn't even want to talk about it. Instead, they make lies and say it was peaceful, but they want to keep pushing this narrative. We all knew they were going to come out with the antics for January 6th, even though it was 3 years later, so that they can continue to push their narrative because what? We got election time coming up. And who? Their political faction is doing better than them in numbers, better than Sleepy Joe, better than Joe Biden. Because they got to push this narrative. They got to keep this lie going on to try to paint this picture of the political opponent that they can't beat, that we all know and feel what happened the last time, which I can't say. You guys know what I'm talking about. They have to push this narrative. They have to push this lie. Because we have who? One of the greatest presidents, President Trump, running again. And they're using everything that they can to try to keep the man from being able to just campaign so that he can run and win again for presidency and save America again. Bring back economical growth, bring back stability in our economy. Instead of putting up with the corruption, sending all our money to proxy wars. We know what's going on. I'm not going to be the dead horse because this, again, I can make multiple videos in just this one. But this is just sad. These actors, these fake news media talking heads are just ridiculous to me. I want to know what your thoughts are. Thank you for watching it this far. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you get notified every time I put out some more mean tweet commentary. Thank y'all, man. It's your boy, Craig Long, 45. You can't make this shit up. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, oi. Old, but